Shout out to Mbuyiseni Ndlozi, man. I remember the EFF used to talk about this thing of spaza shops, foreigners owning spaza shops. He even went, as Mbuyiseni Ndlozi, went on a debate with Herman Mashaba, and it destroyed Herman Mashaba about spaza shops and all of those things, integrating the border system, documentation, the need for opening the borders, and not opening the borders for illegal activities, but opening the borders for easy access for trade amongst Africans, trading without any barriers to entry into other countries, of course with lower cost tariffs, exportation and importation tariffs lowered. So he was explaining this in a very smart way, and I want you guys to hear this because this is a very discussion in times for today. Listen here.
First of all, let us underscore some facts. 150,000 spaza shops in South Africa, accounting for 178 billion. A significant share of that 178 billion that spaza shops account for is rent. Who's that rent going to in Soweto, in Mamelodi, in the townships? It's going to South Africans. South Africans are the ones that are collecting rent from the Somalis, from the Pakistanis, and so on and so forth. It's a shared economy. What we must never allow is that that particular market must not be regulated. It must be regulated, and people must not sell expired food. We must be very hard. And secondly, there must be documenting of anybody in South Africa, because how else do you plan if you don't know how many people? That will be irresponsible. EFF is certainly for documentation. We've got to know who you are, where do you come from. And this documentation would, by the way, be very easy if there was regional cooperation and integration, because you wouldn't do crime here and run to Zimbabwe. We have your database. We would have a database of all Southern Africans, including their DNA database. We would be able to catch you anywhere and punish you for the crimes that you commit. But what we're saying is 4 trillion rands, 178 billion. From 1955, our people have always known townships are a spatial creation, a geospatial creation of the apartheid regime to trap black people living on top of each other, overcrowded, fighting from the cramps that fall from the master's table. It's already a sign of landlessness, that you are abandoning the rest of the land to who? To 7% of the population. If there's going to be an economic success to the South African story, we've got to have a conversation about 178 billion minus 4 trillion rands. The rest of the economy still belongs to us. The banks, the land, which includes the mines, which includes the farms, and the entire economic activity. We have known since 1955 in the Freedom Charter that for true equality to emerge, you've got to disarticulate the township, give our people land, so that there's no overcrowded.
Hi, that's Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. I see now why this guy, they want his soul everywhere he goes. What I mean is the MK people, MK party, the political party of President Jacob Zuma. I now understand why they want his soul so bad. And I don't think they want to use him for anything beneficial. They just want to celebrate that they took Mbuyiseni Ndlozi from the EFF. I don't think they will use him for a beneficial role. You know, I think they just want to kill his career because of the things they once said about the MK party and President Jacob Zuma. So I don't think he should go. If he goes, it's his choice. It's his choice. He will go alone. Maybe he will go with the people who believe in him. Us, we believe in the EFF. So we are not going because individuals are going. But I don't think he's going to go. So let me conclude it there. But what he's saying, this man, makes powerful sense, you know. And for times of today, these dark days you are living in South Africa, where there's illegal immigration, where like there's people who commit crime and then they're reported to be foreigners, but nobody knows who they are because they didn't take the documents. They were not documented, you know. They just came into our country because there's no borders. They just came into our country. They do jobs for people. Some of them don't even do illegal things, but those who do illegal things can't be found. What I mean is those who rob people, kill people, do crime, they can't be found anywhere. They can't be traced. There is no blood samples to trace them. There is no fingerprints in the system of South Africa to find them. There is no facial recognition where you can easily identify them. There is nothing like that. And then how do you expect to find them? Pella, it's not like these people are not here. These people who are talking now, these foreigners are here. Most of them are still coming because there's no borders in South Africa. Until we speak about this for real, people are going to understand the real issues, not this thing of superficial hype. Hey, foreigners must go. Hey, foreigners this, foreigners. That's hype. Let's talk about this. These people are here, and many of them are still coming. Like, you don't understand what's going on. Like, yeah, you guys, you're not understanding what's happening. You are not you think it's a joke, it's some hype. It's like, hey, foreigners must go. You think that's it. You think it's about that. There's no borders in our country. People are coming in every day in numbers. There's no borders. The borders are weak. The border management agencies, they are not enough to secure all the borders. Imagine the square mile South Africa has, and just calculate the amount of kilometers of the borders of South Africa. Do you think all the kilometers around the borders of South Africa are secured? There's a fence there, there's a wall, there's nothing. So people get to access our country easy. They enter, and they're still coming, and they will still come in. Until we accept that people are still going to come in our country illegally because there's no borders, then we're going to start having a proper discussion. But until then, if this thing is just for political gain, it's just for hype, it's just for votes, hey, we want to get votes, so let's say foreigners must go. Until it's just about that, I don't see any need for us to have any serious discussion, because even these leaders, that means they're not serious about it. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi is proposing a very powerful proposal coming from the EFF. And I think one of the few days or few years or few weeks, few months to come, whatever the EFF is proposing here, whatever Mbuyiseni Ndlozi has proposed here, they are going to end up seeing the benefit of it, the benefit of integrating the borders, the system, the economy, and making it one. And not one as in one country, but one system where it regulates different countries. You know, like YouTube. YouTube is international. And I'm not saying we must be globalists. I'm not even saying that. I'm just saying that we must adapt with the times that are going, because look, now we are crying about illegal immigration, but we're not talking about the solutions. I've never heard anyone talk about the solution. The only solution they say is foreigners must go, let's chase foreigners. It's not practical. What you guys are saying? It's not something that you just say and it's like, okay, you said it, it's gonna happen. No. Do you know what it takes to chase foreigners? You have to go look for them. You don't even know who is a foreigner, who is not a foreigner. Like, you have to go to extra measures to find them. So that one is not an option, because you'll end up chasing people who you don't even know. Was a taller when I was South African, walking on your way to school, but you forgot your ID. And then you're like, uncle, your ID. And then you tell you're a Tonga person, you come from Limpopo. And then they say the guy who's busting you, the police, is a Zulu guy. Okay, man, ID. Then he bust you because he's so you guys are not serious. You are playing small games. You're not serious to talk about this. You're not. Until you're serious, then maybe you should involve the EFF in the discussion so we can talk about this for real. Because now it's just hype, you know. Hey, foreigners must go. That's it. Like, there's no any other way. There's no any other solution. Foreigners must go. That's it for you guys. That's what you're proposing. And then you think these issues are gonna stop. Come on, man. You must be serious. But it is what it is. Thank you very much.